Hello everyone, I'm Harry, welcome to my channel, and today we're going to look at the EQ-200 graphic equalizer from Boss. So before we get started, if you like this demo video at any point, please leave a like, comment and subscribe, and hit the little bell notification for me as well. It really does help me out a lot, and that way you won't miss out on any of my future uploads. There's going to be affiliate links down in the description to every piece of gear I used in this video and to record my videos. These do help support the channel out further, so I'd really appreciate if you go and check them out. So this is another pedal from Boss's 200 series. We've done all of them now, including this one. So we did the OD200, the DD200, and the MD200. And again, this time we're looking at the EQ. Now, an EQ pedal is probably not something most people think of, but in my opinion, it can be one of the most powerful pedals to own to sculpt your tone to your liking and give you lots of more flexibility. Whether you're running it into an amp, you can almost give your amp a completely different character, or if you're running it into drive pedals or different ways that we'll talk about in this video. So like I say, it's a graphic EQ. Now we have stereo ins and outs, which results in loads of different routing options. So say you could have a separate EQ on the left and right in stereo, complete control over the EQ for a stereo input. You can run the EQ before and after your drive section on your pedal boards, or into the front of an amp, as well as in the effects loop. So you could sculpt the tone going into the preamp and then sculpt the tone that's coming from the preamp into the power amp in a guitar amp, which is a really killer feature as well. You can even run the A and B EQs in series or parallel. For example, you could have stereo ins, which is sum to mono, then through EQ-A into EQ-B, and then out into stereo. There's tons of options, as you'd expect from pedal from Boss in their 200 series. So we have presets, and you can have 128 via MIDI. We have expression control and control inputs for different foot switches, and of course the expression control. And of course you have MIDI ins and outs on the side, as well as USB for firmware updates. Now, as you can see, there's 10 sliders for EQ, and then there's a level slider as well. So you could actually use this to boost whatever you're running into, as well as boosting the different frequencies. Now, the mode that it's set up in is, you'll see the different values of where the bell curves are on the front of the pedal. But there's also two other modes which slightly shift these frequencies, so you can get lower lows, higher highs, and different intervals. So if you're getting a good sound but it's not quite where you want it, then look at the other ones, and they can come in handy for different guitars, amps, bass, and so on. So on the intro song, my bass tone was a Greer Lightspeed, and then all the tone shaping was done from the EQ-200 running into the Greer Lightspeed. Now in this demo, I decided to run it into a pedal, because you could run it into an amp, say like my old Plexi. They can be kind of flabby in the bottom ends when you crank them up. So if you wanted a more defined bottom end, you could sculpt that with the EQ. And again, like I said, you can run EQ-A into the front of an amp and then EQ-B in the FX loop. And we're going to kind of show you what that would do, but with pedals. So in the first half of the demo, we're going to run the EQ-200 into the Lightspeed. Then the second half of the demo, we're going to run the EQ after the Lightspeed. So it'll be the Lightspeed going into the EQ-200. So the guitar I'm going to use for the rest of this video is this 1956 Reissue Goldtop with Monty's 54 P90 pickups. The amp I'm using is my Hamstead Artist 60 Plus RT, which is one of my favorite clean pedal platform amps. It's got a bit of reverb coming from that as well. Then that's running into the Time King Ironman 2 Attenuator, just to knock off a few dBs. Then into Celestion G12M 65 Creamback speaker that's been recorded by Lewitt MTP440 dynamic microphone, which is like an SM57 with a tiny bit more bass. So the Goldtop straight into the Lightspeed into the amp sounds like this. So there we have it. That was a look at the EQ graphic equalizer from Boss. Like I said, an EQ pedal is not something most people think of having or even wanting, but to me, it's an indispensable tool. Say if you're playing live and you get to the venue and there's too much bottom end or weird standing wave, you can correct that with an EQ. Or if you just want ultimate flexibility with your drive section on your pedal board, or even into the front of your amp and in the effects loop at the same time, this is a really killer option. And with the stereo routing options and the series and parallel options, you've got so much flexibility and tone tweaking packed into this unit. But let me know down in the comments what you thought of the EQ-200 and if you go and pick one up for yourself. Again, there's going to be affiliate links down in the description to the EQ-200 and all the gear I use in this video and to record my videos. These do help support the channel out further, so I'd really appreciate if you go and check them out. If you did like this demo video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little bell notification for me as well. It really does help me out a lot, and that way you won't miss out on any of my future uploads. Other than that, go onto my channel, check out some of my playlists. I have plenty more lessons, covers, gear demos, how to sound like videos, and anything guitar related. As always, I've been Harry, and thanks for watching.